we have seen what's happening in the payment space. How the fintechs and tech companies have taken over, and they are leading this. Now, when you talk about lending, lending is a function of now the way they are being represented is it's a function of data and algorithm. Now, do you see a bank running a similar risk in the lending business of this piece being taken over by the large tech companies or these fintech companies? What is your perspective on this?
So, because I don't look at it that way, because if you see last 5-7 years, I'm sorry, one technology has disrupted the other technology. You had wallets, then UPI came, disrupted the wallets. Fintechs came, they said they're going to, throw out the banks from the competition. And now fintechs are, collaborating with the. So I see more as a collaboration that will happen going forward. See, data and algorithm was always there, right? It wasn't as if 25 years ago when I used to do, a car loan, we used to see data, we used to see the financial statement, right? We used to see what the ITR was. If it was 75,000 rupees, then you gave him Esteem. If it was 50,000, then you gave a Zen, right? And so on and so forth. Some of the new age guys won't remember these cars as well. So it was always there. But one important point that everybody misses out is on judgment, right? The relationship manager's judgment or the risk manager's judgment will always remain there. When you're talking about digital lending, I think digital lending will always remain, mostly on the smaller ticket size, where you need to take a personal loan or you've taken a, mixie or a refrigerator and, standing there, within the shop itself, you get that 25,000 rupee loan and so on and so forth. You take anybody, for example, everybody who's here or in the audience, right? If you want to take a home loan for about 5 crores, right? Or you want to invest, say, for example, 2 crores in the mutual funds or whatever, you'll still want that physical, touch and feel. You'll still want to go and sit with the advisor, right? You will still want to go to a bank, right? I'll tell you, a lot of people who can, say, for example, who are taking up a 6 to 7 crore rupee property and who have the cash flows to take that, on their own, take a 1 crore rupee loan because they want to see whether the bank has done a due diligence on the builder, right? On the technical and legal aspect or not, right? They want to sit with a relationship manager. They want to sit, with the advisor. Similarly, if you want to make an FD of about 10,000, 15,000, we have all the tools, right? You can just go online banking, mobile banking, you can do that. But if you want to invest 3 crores, right, you will talk to a relationship manager. You will do the entire paraphernalia. You will, if it's a loan, you will go through all the covenants, right? And the agreement and whatever else is there. So I don't think, banks have been there for hundreds of years, right? And plus banks, look, large tech companies have data, they've got algorithm, they've got good technology, right? But banks have got compliance, governance, controls, right? At some point of time, they will all come under that ambit as well, right? We've got hundreds of years of experience in these important aspects. We've got hundreds of years of experience on economic cycles, on everything, on risk management, right? I'll give you an example on risk management. Please forgive me for saying this. 22 years ago, I went to give a car loan, to a gentleman in Delhi, in Rajouri Garden, right? So I went for that time you never used to have credit managers, relationship managers, collection managers. Everything was you only, right? So when I went there and he took me to his bungalow and he wanted 2 esteems. Right? At that time, it was huge for a bank to lend 2 esteems. And, when we entered, I asked him, why is it locked, the house? He said, no, my family has gone to Punjab and, I'm alone. I had gone outside. I found something fishy, when he was looking for the switch, right? And I just asked him, can you tell me where the toilet is? Right, I need to go there. And he went, he was not sure. आप इस side चले जाओ, ठीक है? I came to know this is not his house. Right? Now, 3-4 years back, when we went into big ticket lending, and I give this example to all my RMs and my risk managers, right? I made it a point that I, along with my senior team, will visit all clients prior to doing that, because we were taking a bold step, to the next level, right? I was visiting a city, and the RM took me to on the outskirts, took me to a factory premises, right? I wanted to see, what was the activity. And when this gentleman, the board and everything had their name, everything was there. It was in steel business. And, somehow, even today in SME sector, today, in our circle, if I'm smoking and my boss is coming, nobody stops it. You just wish and go. But there, workers still all stand up and do that, right? There were a few workers, 2 of them were having BDs, nobody got up. Again, I got this thing. It happened 22 years apart. And I again asked this gentleman, who are your neighbors and what do they do? Meanwhile, when I got out of the taxi, I had seen, who they were. And he was, very fidgety with the answer. Right? This was again a company, this was again a factory premises which was on rent for people to do frauds. Right? His GST, everything. Later on, we came to know he was all doing contract manufacturing and steel. Right? This was not his factory. So that touch and feel, that, eye contact, that judgment, that risk management judgment, that will never go away.
So,
at least in my
great.
tenure, it will not go away.
Great. So what you're trying to say is that as far as the small ticket or a small value lending goes, the physical contact may not play that important role. But moment you go into a large ticket transaction, the person, the RM who is in touch with the customer, his judgment about the customer is very, very critical and more important than the algorithms and data points. So
absolutely,
very well said, and I completely agree with that.
So like I said, data and algorithms, very, very important, right? But judgment, you just can't, and that, that stomach that you get, that intrinsic feeling inside, whether we should go with this or we shouldn't go with this. That cannot come on totally on tech. So like I said, we will be collaborating, right? There is a lot to be done on collaboration, right? It can't be my way or the highway. I can't do crystal ball grazing, like I said, right? I can't be, but in my tenure, at least in the next 10 years before I retire, this is not going anywhere.